State of CS, go.
State of CS go or state of CS
State of CS, go.
Yeah, I think CS2 is really good. I have no problems with it at all.
That's cap.
I mean, I think it's good.
You're capping.
I have zero complaints about CS2 right now.
You have zero complaints. Zero complaints.
None.
Cheaters?
I don't play Premiere.
Demos?
Don't watch them.
You're fucking so bullshitting right now that you're not watching. I just saw a video on your channel that says, "Is Rops the future of CS:GO?"
Yes. But I don't watch in-game demos. I watch like on Oasis and other stuff.
You don't watch any in-game demos?
Only for that video.
Would you watch in-game demos?
Hell no.
You don't care about in-game demos?
No, never did. Always watch Oasis.
Okay. Bob?
I never used it in CSGO.
Right hand?
Does anybody actually care about left hand?
Bomb radius?
It's kind of dank, but I like it.
Kind of dank? So is that a complaint?
It's not a complaint. It's just hard getting used to, you know? But it's not a complaint. I'm getting used to it still. I still die to the bomb a lot because I'm a noob.
Holding angles?
I don't have a problem. I hold angles just fine. Or maybe I just do it the same. I wasn't really that good at it in CSGO.
Run boosting?
I haven't tried it in CS2 recently. Does it not work?
It's like glitchy. It's kind of glitchy.
There is actually one bug that's really annoying now that I think about it, which is boosting on people.
Yeah.
Where you sink through people's heads.
Yeah. What about clear decals?
I do miss it dearly.
Yeah. Okay, so you've got complaints.
Those aren't complaints.
So you were fucking bullshitting.
No, not bullshitting.
No, those are fucking complaints.
They're not complaints. I miss clear decals, but I think it's fine to not have it.
I think clear decals actually is, like, to be honest, the biggest missing link. Okay, but listen. Okay. This is what we're here for, okay? Let me tell you how fucking dumb the average fucking CS viewer is. Austin's completely right, okay? Austin, I completely agree with you. Nobody gives a fuck about right hand, okay? Nobody fucking cares about right hand, even a fucking little bit, except for, like, I literally know someone that, like, I used to cast these events in Seattle. I mean, I used to go there for fun. And there was a player who was left-handed that played right-handed, okay? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, it's not that bad. I mean, so maybe they only had right-handed mice. Maybe their parents made them do it, whatever. Okay. Then I knew someone on his team, the same team, that was right-handed that played left-handed. Okay. If these motherfuckers can play in their non-dominant hand, your dumb ass can play with your character model on holding the gun in the non-dominant hand. Okay. I've played left-handed before. I've played right. I honestly, if we're being honest here, it's almost worth it, not completely, it's almost worth it just to stop seeing people fucking swap the hand that their gun is holding every time they strafe, because there's some fucking ADHD super nerd, okay, that has it alias so that when they go to the right, their gun's on the left, and when they go to the left, their gun's on the right. It's fucking cringe, okay? And Davy's view model. Yeah, I don't have to see that anymore. That's fucking brilliant.
No, it still exists. He still has it.
How?
You can use view model commands, you just can't switch hands.
Okay.
It does work still. He still uses that atrocity.
Okay, so I was all right.
But I agreed. Nobody uses left hand.
Nobody cares about it. Okay, it's just like this fake thing that people care about.
Mm-hmm.
Or listen. Here's the way I put it. Okay, I stand by this one. Okay, if CS2 was perfect, there would be about 70% as much complaining as there is currently. Okay, CS players just like to fucking complain, and to prove that, I invite you to go back to any of the good updates that we've looked at, any objectively good update, sound changes, everyone knows the old sounds are fucking dog shit, okay? Go back to the sound change update. Look how everyone was complaining about it. How about the Mirage bench and lip change? Everyone was complaining about that. The op, I think the 5-bullet op is the only change that people weren't complaining about. The op nerf, everyone complained about that. Everyone complained about every change in the history of CS because CS doesn't get a lot of updates. So people just like, they played the same game for 20 fucking years. So they just like to fucking complain. And in the nature of liking to complain, I like to complain about people complaining. So it ticks all the boxes. Did you see the Pimp versus Loba?
No, I didn't.
Situation. I didn't either. I just saw people talking about it. I think Pimp was just mad at Loba for crying all the fucking time like a total idiot.
I do think that that's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get anything from just complaining about the new game. It's new.
Yeah,
it's like the 1.6 guys.
Awesome.
Oh no, it's just true. It's like the 1.6 guys complaining about CS:GO being bad. I never even played 1.6, but they were always telling me, "Oh, it was better movement. It was just a better time, better gunplay." I went and played 1.6 one time, and I got 0 kills. The game just sucked.
Maybe that's because the game's better, Austin.
It's not. Yeah, I think it's better. I think it's worse, easily worse. But people still will like die by 1.6 was better, or 1.5, or whatever the boomers played back then. I don't know.
1.3, I think some people say is the best, or 1.2 or something.
1.3, yeah. I have no idea.
Like if you go back far enough, if you give enough people enough leeway,
there's some people that genuinely think that 2015 CS:GO was peak, but that's just not true. It still sucked. I didn't even play back then, and I look back and it just looks like a time capsule.
1.3 is the one I hear the Giga nerds talk about. Yeah, 1.3. Okay, apparently better than 1.6, but that's like 1998 or something. Didn't CS 1.6 release in 1999?
I think. I have no idea actually. I wasn't even born then.
Oh God, when were you born?
2002.
Jesus fuck, dude. My God. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a zoomer. Sorry, man. Yeah. I've never played 1.6, Source, Condition 0. I don't know anything about them.
Source was good. I mean, no, actually, Source was awful, honestly, if I'm being completely honest. And I played that game probably more than I played CS:GO. Source was really bad. The jump peak, if you watch my movement video, that's how people used to peak everything. They would
jump into angles?
You would jump into every angle, and you would be dead before they were on your screen. They would legitimately just be dead before anyone ever saw anything. It was. I
saw
dumb.
A clip of it, and people were complaining about Peeker's advantage in CS2.
Yeah. Well, people were complaining the same thing about CS:GO. I don't know if
100%.
You weren't. I know you weren't even born at that time. But when CS:GO came out, people were saying the same thing, that Peeker's advantage is too strong. I feel like a lot of it. Well, I don't know. Twist did post a clip where it does seem like Peeker's advantage does seem stronger.
It's definitely stronger, but it's not that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's manageable right now. I think that it's going to continue to get tweaked, but it's not like it's completely broken. Go wide swing and angle. I guarantee you die. Well, maybe that's just you. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But I feel like it's not, it's not that bad. Every time I swing, I feel like I'm still dying.
Yeah. All right.
And I don't have too many troubles killing people that are swinging into me. But
all right. Okay.
That's just me.
So it's a skill issue.
Yeah, 100%. With like maybe a little like weird lag compensation in there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, did you see Warel's video on it?
Yeah, I did actually. I did see that. It's like what, higher ping is better for swinging or something?
Well, it's always been like that. Basically, the way you're always supposed to have played CS is if you have higher ping, you need to be peeking into people, because the ping that matters is the ping of the person holding the angle. That's the ping that actually makes the difference. So if you peek into someone, you're playing on their ping essentially, and if they peek into you, they're playing on your ping. But with the way Warel put it, I can't remember exactly. I think it was basically like kind of evened out, where you're both playing on the average ping now instead of basically playing on the other. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I think he was saying you needed to swing into people though, right?
With higher ping, yeah. I think
it does feel like there would be a little bit of a weird kind of like interaction if you have sub-tick that's like pushing you to be where you like technically are, and then if you're playing with like 110 ping, or if you're shooting at someone with 110 ping, isn't it then going to be harder for you to hit them? You're going to have to lead them or whatever more than usual.
It's something like that. Yeah, I don't remember. We'd have to bring up the video, but yeah, it's something is weird with high ping players versus low ping players.
I don't know, man. I have one guy I want to go off on Twitter. Okay, I was having a bad morning. All right, I wasn't feeling great. Okay, I was not feeling too good. Okay, I was in a bad mood. All right, I will admit that. This is the first person on Twitter. I don't think I've ever done this. There was someone on Twitter that just was so dumb that I literally said, I invite you to look back at my Twitter to see that I never say this. You're a fucking moron. And then I blocked him. Okay. And I don't think I've ever done that before. Admittedly, it was a little aggressive. Okay.
Okay.
But this guy was trying to tell. So I made this tweet You may have seen it. You're a fucking Twitter addict. I made this tweet that was like, okay, so you know when you like the pull out your gun faster than nade thing, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think that's I think it's so fucking cope when people say this shit is lowering the skill ceiling. Okay, I had to go back and check because I like responded to this guy, and the next guy to respond to me was like, no offense, but have you ever done this before? It's easy to get wrong. I've done it so many times and it's so fucking easy that I don't even consciously register that I do it anymore. So when the guy said, no offense, have you ever done this? I actually deleted my tweets because I was like, maybe I actually haven't done this. And then the next day I went and tested and I was like, no, this is exactly what I always fucking do. And it's just the easiest thing in the history of the fucking world. Okay. Here, just to be clear, what it is if you throw a nade, right, you have like the whole animation. Okay. But if you press your gun just right after you release the nade, it'll cancel the end of the animation. So you'll pull your gun out like a fucking 0.2 of a second faster at fucking best. It's like, maybe you can get a little bit if you're like picture fucking perfect. It is so fucking easy. Okay. It's dummy easy and it's not a big advantage. I'm calling it an obscure knowledge check, okay? That means there's so much shit in CS, like one-way smokes is a great fucking example of obscure knowledge checks. It's not a question of is this raising the skill ceiling? It's like, do you know this smoke exists? If yes, you can deal with it. If no, you die. And it's the same thing with like so much shit in CS. But people were trying to fucking compare it to counter-strafing. Well, then maybe you should just remove counter-strafing. Isn't counter-strafing just a fucking obscure knowledge? That's what this guy was saying and why I call him a fucking moron, okay? Because there was like 10 people arguing the same thing and I was like, yeah, pressing a button after you click a nade is not the same as counter-strafing. He goes, pressing a button after you click a nade versus pressing a button when you're moving. Like, that was the fucking dumbest fucking argument I've ever heard in my entire. And he was so fucking, what's the word? He was like, arrogant while saying it. It was like, he was like taking for granted that he was obviously right. And I'm a fucking total fucking idiot for not understanding. It was the dumbest argument. Pressing a fucking button after you pull out your throw a nade is so fucking easy. It's like a fucking 2-year-old could do it if you just did it 50 fucking times in a row. There is no challenge to that. All it is, do you know this exists? Yes? Then you might do it. You might not. It's not even that fucking useful, dude. Well, how often are you fucking throwing a nade and then peeking right after? How often are you doing that? How often is someone looking at you as you're throwing a fucking nade? It's not the most fucking important thing in the world. You can even fucking bind it. You can fucking bind this shit. Dude, it is so fucking, it's the same thing with how you can throw flashes faster. If you pull out your knife between the fucking flashes, you throw a flash, pull out your knife, throw out the next flash. That's not a fucking good thing to be in the game. The only reason you fucking morons want this shit, okay? The only fucking reason you want it is because it gives you a free advantage over people that you're not better than. That's why it's not a fucking skill ceiling. You're not better than these people because you know that you can pull my gun out 0.2 of a second fucking faster if I push the fucking button. No, it's a free advantage that you get just for having played the game for fucking 10,000 hours, okay? You're not actually better than this person. It's the same fucking thing with one-ways. You're not actually fucking better. You're just a fucking idiot that knows an extra thing that
So let me get this straight. You fell for a Twitter bait.
It wasn't a bait. This guy was actually just the dumbest fucking person I've ever seen in my entire life. It's unfucking real. And then the next guy, the reason I deleted these tweets because the next guy came in and he's like, no offense, but have you ever done this before? And I was like, in my head, I know that I do this every fucking time, but I haven't consciously done it in fucking years because it's so easy and I just do it every time. I just do it every fucking time. So I was like, maybe I haven't done this. Maybe I don't know what this actually is. And I went back and fucking did it. Anyone that thinks that pulling out your fucking gun after throwing a nade is it's raising the skill ceiling, you are fucking lowering the IQ ceiling of CS. You should fucking quit, okay? You are so fucking dumb. It is unbelievable how fucking the thing that's really tilting me about this is they were so convincing. I questioned myself. I questioned myself. I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not actually, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, because I do think I know CS, but I'm not so arrogant that I don't question myself sometimes. So the fact that they made me fucking question myself. Oh, okay. Anyways, next topic. Austin, this isn't an interview. You can bring on the next topic.
Aren't you level 9?
Suck my dick.
Okay, I was just making sure. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
no
and even I can fucking pull out my gun faster after throwing a nade. Okay, even a level
just proves
fucking
it's not
9,
raising the skill ceiling.
even a level 9 can fucking do it. Okay, Jesus, my God. Okay.
Oh man. All right. What is the next topic? What do you think?
Oh yeah, Bob Lower, by the way, is another thing that triggers me a little bit. Everyone fucking asked for this command back. You don't want the command back. You don't want the command back. You want the default rate to be lower. I think it's really dumb. In my opinion, it's really dumb that you have this is another obscure knowledge check. You have a slight competitive, technically a slight advantage if you know this command exists and you just lower it. There is nobody other than maybe like if you're making a fucking video, nobody puts this shit on anything other than the lowest possible amount. So why should the lowest amount be different than the default? They should make the default the lowest amount.
Or I've proposed just having a Bob yes or no option in the settings.
They're never going to remove it fully.
No, Bob.
But yeah, it could be absolutely. It could be in the
nobody
settings,
needs
like
the command. The command makes no sense. What the max you could do is like 33. The lowest was 5. But nobody knows that because you either use default or you use 5.
Yeah, though nobody would ever raise that intentionally.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
On or off?
Yeah. People just the thing is there's no. This is why I say the CS players like to complain, because there's no critical thinking to why you want it back. Because you don't actually want it back. You just don't like the current Bob values. If they just lowered it to the old default, you would be even happier because you wouldn't have to fucking even use this command. Everyone would be happier. This is like that fucking meme with like the future if they just lowered the fucking Bob amount. It's like fucking spaceships, okay? Think about the reason you want it. You don't actually want Bob. You want it to be lower. Then don't ask for the command. Ask for it to be lower. Because they could just they just put the fucking command back and keep it fucking change the minimum to what it is now, and nobody would be happy. Obviously that's not what people want. I understand the concept that that's not what they're asking for, but at the same time, like, you're just asking for everything to be the same. But people don't know what they want, okay? If everything was the same permanently, you would have quit CS by now, because it's like you need some evolution of the game, okay? Everyone just wants to play Dust 2 for 10,000 hours until they get bored and quit, and they go, oh, it just doesn't feel the same anymore. The reality is you got fucking bored because you did the same fucking thing forever. You need things to...
Yeah. I agree with you 100%, man. Everybody that complained about this stuff anyway is just people that runs it down on Dust 2. In my opinion.
Is Dust 2 the best map ever made?
Yes.
You're a fucking idiot, Austin.
No, it's not. I'm just kidding. That's what Valve said.
They said it was the epitome of CS or whatever, right?
Yeah, they said it was the perfect map.
I don't think they said it was the perfect
like that.
map. I think they said it was like the what's the word? Fucking prototypical map for CS.
Or something like that. But I'll tell you what the best map ever created is. This might be a hot take.
If you say Vertigo,
it's Mirage. Mirage is the best Counter-Strike map of all time. I hate Mirage, to be clear, but I don't think anybody can say that it's not the best map. It's perfect. It just got old. We've played it for so many years unchanged, and now where everybody knows how to play it, so it's harder to have those advantages that you might have. For example, if I play a map like Vertigo against you, I'm gonna clown you because I know a bunch of tricks because I play the map. Where it used to be like that when Dust 2 and Mirage were in the game together. People who played all the maps were good at Mirage, and people who didn't were bad at it. But now everybody's good at Mirage, so it's not fun anymore.
Yeah, I think it's with Dust 2, map. Like Dust 2, it's like if you play a level 5 on Dust 2, they're gonna play like a level 9 on any other map. Like essentially, they're gonna play like so much about. You think the same as? But why not Inferno?
Make
the argument for Mirage, buddy.
The argument for Mirage?
Yeah.
Oh, it just makes the most sense. There's a lot of space. It's clear map control. The splits are very,
The
straightforward.
ops are way too strong.
Ops are too strong on Mirage?
You don't think so? In pugs, at least.
I think
Definitely
they're
in pugs.
impactful. In pugs, it could be difficult for sure.
Yeah, so are we talking about pugs or are we talking about...
I'm talking about Team CS. But if you want to talk about pugs...
Well, pugs is what everyone plays, buddy. Okay, we're not all fucking nerds here that play
right now,
teams.
Do we want right now or of all time?
Best map?
Yeah.
Give me both.
Of all time, I think it's Inferno.
Okay.
Like for pugs and
okay.
team play. Mirage is the best map, like, in general. Okay?
Yeah.
It makes the most sense, easy to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And the best map currently, Ancient. Easily, without a doubt.
Someone in my chat just said Nuke is the best for pugs, and I just want to call that out. That Heavenly Peach is fucking crazy. Okay?
Yeah, Nuke is the best for pugs.
That is so cap.
Ask your teammates to throw any outside smokes. They don't know how. But ask your teammate to throw a stairs smoke on Mirage. They know how.
Yeah, I know you. I noticed you said fucking stairs smoke, not jungle smoke, Austin.
Yeah, nobody knows jungle. I don't even know jungle.
Someone to throw a fucking a Gla1ve smoke. I'm sure they could do it on Nuke too. If that's the equivalent of a fucking stairs smoke. Come on.
Okay. I'm just saying though. There's people that don't know how to play CS that know the stairs smoke.
You haven't made a great argument for Mirage.
No. I think CT side's really good, really balanced. I think it's just overall balanced map. T side again, very easy to kind of get into a nice flow. Take mid control. Get set up for splits. Or you can just do the classic Mirage run it down strat. B rushes are pretty good, but easy to stop at the same time. It's you never feel like locked out on Mirage from either side. You can be anywhere, and you always have like a way to play your life and have impact.
All right.
I just think it's a good map. It's very enjoyable to play, and it's good at every level. Like
right.
if you play a level 3 game of Nuke, it's miserable. But if you play a level 10 game, then all of a sudden Nuke is actually pretty fun, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Not that I would know, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, level 9. Yeah. Level 9 game of Nuke, it's all right. But if you play a level 3 game of Mirage and a level 10 game of Mirage, they look pretty similar, all things considered. You have one guy baiting in Palace, 2 guys standing in apps doing fuck knows what, and 2 guys trying to take a mid with no window smoke and getting opt. It looks the same at every level.
I don't think you've seen enough low-rank Mirage games, Austin. Listen, low-rank Mirage games are execute A over and over and over and over.
They throw smokes and go hide Tetris.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean that's basically low-rank Mirage games.
But that's high-rank Mirage games too.
I feel like high-ranked usually go mid, right? But then they get just destroyed by oppers or someone swing off cat or something, and then they just give up, and then it's A smokes.
Exactly. I told you they look very similar.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I think that's why Mirage is, overall the best well-rounded map. I'm changing it every time. I'm trying to figure out a way to put it to where you like it. Well-rounded map. It's perfect for every player. Kind of likes Mirage to an extent.
And you think the best team map right now is Ancient?
Oh yeah, 100%. Without a doubt.
All right.
Ancient's like the cool kid Mirage these days, The
cool kid Mirage.
Yeah, they're very similar in terms of like how the map progresses in like a default, and then it's still fun because noobs don't know how to play, so you can always comfortably win on Ancient.
Yeah. The problem I have with all these new maps is it's like a CS player thing. I want to play these maps, okay? Like when Anubis came out, Ancient came out, Vertigo came out. I always want to play these maps, but then if you queue Face It, nobody fucking plays the new map. You only play Mirage, Inferno, and when it's in the map pool, you play Dust 2. Is it in the map pool right now for Face It?
No.
It's been a while.
It's not.
Yeah, so you queue these, basically usually these 3 maps. What is it now? I think it's Mirage, Inferno, and fucking Anubis. I've played a few times on Face It, I think. Is that like that's the new Dust 2, right? It's those 3 maps?
Ancient, Anubis, Mirage right now.
Really?
Not even joking, yeah.
Yeah.
People hate New Inferno. I couldn't tell you the last time I played New Inferno. Genuinely, it's been probably since release. I haven't played it at all.
All right. Yeah, well, the problem is that nobody wants to fucking play the new maps. And then
Dude.
losers like fucking Austin that are on teams that play it like 100 times because they have to learn the map, then come in and it's like they have this unbelievable advantage because I spent 3 months playing Ancient twice, even though I never banned it a single fucking time. It's like unfucking real. It's actually, that's the problem with new maps.
You want to have a conversation you're not ready to have. Let's talk about why Vertigo's the best map, actually. Or at least let's just say not dog shit. Vertigo is not dog shit, okay? This is a conversation that you're not ready to have, okay?
Go for it. Go ahead.
I want you to tell me.
You lose on it last night.
I want you to tell me why Vertigo is a bad map.
It's really fucking dumb to have in a game where sound is like suboptimal. Vertical maps are never a good idea. They don't work. They just don't work. Not in CS. They don't work.
Well, what about Nuke? You just said Nuke is one of the best maps. You enjoy Nuke
it took a lot. Them like fucking 20 years to get Nuke working, okay? You know how many iterations Nuke had? They used to have secret behind garage. Then they had the railing that went all the way from silo all the way into heaven. You know how many updates this shit took to get to a good
Vertigo
state?
too.
Vertigo has not changed that much since it got into the map
yes it has. Oh yes it has, buddy.
Not since I've started playing it.
And now maybe because you just started playing last week, but here's the thing.
What did they change? What did they change?
There used to be no side hall at a site. The side hall or Ivy didn't exist. Used to be a hole in that metal wall. It actually used to be metal wood. There used to be the hole that you could look down on ramp from site. There used to be another entrance into elevator room where side hall is at now.
Okay, yeah. So I was
the mid used to have a door that went to B site. A door, like a squeaky door.
Yeah, that was the worst version.
There used to be a window to jump into B site.
Yeah, no, that was pretty AIDS.
The B stairs used to be like 3 stories tall. You couldn't boost up. Anytime you jumped from top B to bottom B, you took fall damage.
Yeah.
They've went through a lot of changes.
It's not nearly as many changes.
You used to have to jump down the elevator instead of a ladder.
I don't think. Look, any vertical maps just don't work well. They just don't work in CS.
I love Vertigo. I think it's a really good map.
The sound is fucked. The sound is completely fucked to begin with. You have to walk everywhere. No?
Mm-hmm. It's a skill ceiling thing. That's a skill thing.
Skill ceiling thing?
Yeah, when you know when you can and can't be heard. That rewards people who know how the audio works in the game. You don't want to run everywhere, so that way you don't give away your position.
I mean, that's true on every map. You don't want to run
exactly.
Everywhere,
That's true on every. That's not a problem with the Vertigo.
Well, it's worse when it's like you're directly above people. Plus, just fighting up and down is just not like fun.
Every map has fighting up and down.
Not nearly as much.
If you come out Palace, where are you fighting?
This is like minimal.
If you come out Abs, where are you fighting?
When you're fighting on slopes, this is a problem. Think about fighting someone. Think about Nuke going ramp, and when someone's on lower ramp, like fucking moving around trying to fight you from down there, how AIDS those fights are because you like can't even fucking.
Yeah, but what about mid valley on Mirage, going up and down that mid slope?
Yeah, but if you get caught there, you're fucking dead anyways.
Same thing as if you get caught on the Nuke ramp. Nobody stands there.
People fight off of lower ramp.
Very rarely.
No, like they fight up lower ramp. Sometimes. Or they have that weird off angle that they catch you coming around the box.
This is what I actually think, okay? I think you don't like Vertigo because you're an old man and you haven't put the time in to learn it. So now you get on Vertigo and you're lost. You're like, why do they always hear where I'm at? And then you're just like, this map sucks.
Listen, okay. Listen, whether or not I know the map, I am in fact not fucking dumb enough to be confused as to why they know where I am, okay?
This guy's running on a slope.
This.
I can't position my crosshair.
I do understand this. There's too much fighting from vertical positions in Vertigo. That's the fucking problem.
The map is literally called Vertigo.
That's the problem. I've said from fucking 2 to 7 years, I've said that vertical maps are shit. Before they added Vertigo, I said vertical maps are shit. This isn't like fucking new. This is like I've been saying it from the beginning, and everyone goes, you know what? Actually, you're right. Vertical maps are a million times harder to get right. I don't know why fucking Valve keeps trying to put them in the game.
You know what? It did take a long time, but I think they got Vertigo right in the end. Where it's at right now is really good.
Yeah, and Vertigo is a fucking virgin simulator, okay? Because you fucking when I try to play the map, I played the map like fucking 50 times in a row, okay? Just queuing only Vertigo, and it was either nobody fucking knew the map, or it was fucking 5 fucking virgins that just play only Vertigo and are fucking global in Vertigo only. It's fucking so cringe.
You are right. That is true.
It's fucking impossible.
You know what? But this is just part of the CS community problem. People don't play new maps. People refuse to accept new maps in.
No, you know what it is? I counter this. It's not that people don't play new maps. It's that you have a section of people that don't play new maps, and then you have a section of fucking losers that only play the new map for the same reason that people complain that you're losing, you're skill stealing by removing the fucking quick weapon switch from nades, okay? Because you found a new fucking thing that you can grind for fucking 100,000 hours in a row until your skin is fucking disintegrates the moment it sees any fucking natural light, okay? So that you can have a fucking advantage on people because you know all the fucking cringe new shit in the fucking new map, okay? That's the dichotomy of CS, and I fucking hate that there's these people that do this shit, and it's like fucking Don Hassey or whatever the fuck that just plays only Vertigo. Fucking
But here's
weirdos.
the thing, okay? Vertigo's been in the game for 4 years, buddy. How long does a map have to be in the game before you decide that, okay, maybe I'll try it?
It was in for like a year before I decided I would try it. And at that point, it was already cringe covered by fucking losers that only play Vertigo.
I would understand if you didn't want to play Vertigo if it came out today. I don't
have a problem with Vertigo.
But listen, you don't.
I don't when I'm banning maps, I specifically play Ancient, Anubis, Vertigo. I play all the new maps. I play all of them. I just never fucking play them because the other fucking team bans them all the time, okay? It's actually hard to get like fucking decent gameplay on the shit because the other team only wants to play fucking 2 maps.
Hey man, it is what it is.
How is this my fault? I'm trying, okay? I'm trying to fucking keep with the times.
And that's not what your Twitter would say. Your Twitter is nothing but Vertigo slander left and right.
Yeah, because people like it, okay? You know,
I like Vertigo.
I like to have a fucking mix of telling people they're idiots and giving the people what they want, okay? Like, how about people that complain about people opping in deathmatch?
Cringe.
That's so. Am I not allowed to practice if I'm an opper? You're not allowed to warm up. It's so weird. But, you know, if you make a tweet that's like, good night to everyone except for people that op in deathmatch. You know how many likes that tweet's going to get?
Yeah,
2,000 plus every time.
10K
yeah,
plus.
It's guaranteed banger. Why? It's so weird, dude.
Yeah. I don't even notice when I died to ops in deathmatch. I just think I got headshot.
I think the main problem with pugging Vertigo is the dumb shit where you have to wait all the smokes. Yeah, I didn't even want to bring that up. That's just
oh yeah, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, go for it.
Wait out what smokes? HE them. The CS2, buddy. You don't have to wait for anything if you don't want to anymore.
You think that's going to stay the meta?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I think Vertigo will always be a good map, especially now that you can control if you have to wait behind a smoke or not. Before in CSGO, it could be rough because, you know, you get stuck and you have to respect it. In this game, smokes are a lot easier to deal with. I mean, even just running through smokes in this game is a lot easier and stronger than it was in CSGO. You don't get gray screened as much anymore.
Should nades really be like this fucking thing where they're not, nades are meant to do damage. Now everyone just saves them for smokes?
Yeah, I still don't think that that's a good change.
You don't like
I don't like it.
The nade part or the whole thing?
The nade part. I don't like it, but I don't mind.
You're the first person I've ever said. I thought you said you had no complaints about CSGO.
I don't have a complaint. I just don't like it. I don't think it makes sense because
you know what a complaint is?
It's not a complaint.
I don't like it is a complaint. Server, I don't like my food. Is that a complaint?
I think there's a difference between saying I don't like my food and my food was fucked when I got it. I don't think that that's a complaint. I don't think that
I don't think my food was fucked is a complaint. I don't think that's a complaint.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that the HE mechanic is bad. I don't think it should have ever been in the game.
That is a fucking complaint.
No, it's not a complaint. I think
that is a complaint. You're complaining about CS.
Oh, okay. Look, whether or not it's a complaint or not, we won't worry about the terminology. I don't like that.
Complaint, an expression of discontent, regret, pain, censure, resentment, or grief, lament, fault finding. his complaint about poor schools. A cause of discontent, pain, grief, or lamentation,
I'll tell you,
etc.
I have a complaint about you, okay? Let me fucking talk, buddy.
Yeah, no,
okay, here's the thing.
It's a complaint. It's a complaint.
Okay, fine. Listen, this is the problem with the HE thing is you're right. You shouldn't be saving it for smokes. You should be using them for damage. That's how you use it in CSGO. I don't like that blowing up smokes is like this like temptation now. Like bad players are buying HEs to blow up a smoke the second it pops because I can do that now. It's cool. And it either gets them killed or it doesn't. And very rarely, like, is it ever useful? Maybe in like select occasions and higher level times, blowing up nades can be cool and a tactical thing. But for the most part, I think it's just dumb. I think it doesn't make a lot of sense. Don't like it. I deal with it. It's not the worst mechanic they could have added. I don't like it though.
It's possible though that people are going to evolve a little bit past how much they currently nade smokes. This was Kassad said this.
Probably.
Basically, that people are just wasting their nades now.
Yeah. They definitely will at a certain point.
Isn't that going to be better then?
Well, we'll see then, won't we? I can't speak to the future. There's probably some crazy metas that are going to develop and we just don't even know yet.
Yeah, I'm sure Gla1ve will put those metas out.
Oh, Gla1ve.
Yeah, I'm sure Gla1ve
the GOAT IGL.
create those metas.
The best IGL of all time?
Listen, I found a stat that I thought was really cool. I've talked about, listen, I just see these arguments all the time and people are just so wrong that I just can't help but correct them. And now it's like my thing that like I just wax about Gla1ve not being the GOAT. Listen, okay. In the 18 months before Cadian was kicked from Astralis, they won 6 S tier tournaments, okay, and a bunch of like A and B tier tournaments, okay. They won 6 of them, all right. And the 18 months after Gla1ve was picked up, but before Magisk got picked up, because it was 18 months between Gla1ve and picking up Magisk, okay. Astralis won 3 S tier events, okay. So when people say that fucking Gla1ve was like this massive, amazing fucking pickup, it's so wrong. It's unbelievable. Okay, Magisk was the pickup that made Astralis the GOAT team. Obviously, they needed Gla1ve too, but people talk about Gla1ve, they're like, well, what did Cadian do with that roster? Cadian didn't do anything with that roster. With the roster that Gla1ve had, Cadian won twice as many events, okay? Twice as many in the same period. Twice, 2 times. Okay, and that team was already insanely coordinated utility-wise. Okay, Gla1ve didn't reinvent utility. What happened is Gla1ve took a team that was already insane with utility. Then they became the best in the world, and then everyone went, oh my god, guys, you can use utility? I didn't even know because the best team in the world wasn't using utility like that. Now that they're the best team in the world, now I understand that utility is allowed to be used like that, okay? If you look back 2 years beforehand, they were using utility pretty close to that, okay? Not exactly the same. I'm not saying he did nothing, but he didn't, it wasn't Gla1ve, okay? It was the... Just nobody cares. Nobody cares unless you're the best in the world. Basically, that seems to be how it is. If you look back, this is like a historical fiction, but if you look back at like 2013, like the first team to use a smoke at top banana from Arch side. This is a huge complaint about old Inferno. I know you're too young for this, Austin, but that there was no skybox. You could smoke top banana from Arch, right? People hated this. The first team to do this, it was Complexity that I saw in a major, at least the first team in a major to do it was Complexity in 2013. Then nobody did it for a whole ass year, and then everyone did it in 2015 because one of the best teams in the world did it, and everyone went, "Oh shit, that's a good idea." Okay, that's how it seems to always go.
Yeah. But so we'll just get around to just say I don't think Gla1ve was like the best IGL to ever play in CS:GO because we don't know about CS2 yet, to be honest. I don't think he was the best CS:GO IGL. I don't think he's even close.
Here's the problem. Okay, let me describe to you a problem. He's been Snappy got cocked so hard, it's actually unbelievable. But he's been given a roster that has literally been like top 5 for like a whole year, and they win events sometimes. And then you know what happens? I've seen a bunch of people who are like, well, if Gla1ve wins an S tier event with Ents, then he's the GOAT. And it's like, hold on, a team that's already like borderline winning S tier events, if Gla1ve joins them and wins one S tier event, he's the GOAT now. It's Gla1ve is like the Tom Brady of CSGO, okay? He's just like fallen into his success. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So we're in agreement. Kerrigan's the actual best IGL of all time, right?
Yeah, I'd put Kerrigan at the top. Yeah, I mean, in terms of like, there's nobody even close, dude. Who else are you gonna argue? There's literally nobody close. There's
for best of all time.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's just Kerrigan. Nobody's even close.
Zeus. Zeus is.
I was thinking Zeus, but at the same time, no. He's good. He was definitely good, but I think the problem is like he was very mechanically challenged, to say the least. You know.
I mean, and I looked at Kerrigan recently.
Yeah, I mean, you know. Yeah. It is what it is, but they're still winning events to this day. Zeus was very like a very big problem for them towards the end of his time in Navi. And I think that it doesn't matter how good of an IGL you are at that point, if you're not able to win events because you're, you know, such a big weakness, it kind of counters, you know?
Yeah. I think I'm going to put one out that I think that people are basically being huge pussies by always putting Gla1ve second, okay? If you think Kerrigan is the best ever, there is a really good argument for Gla1ve not even being top 2, okay? This one's crazy. This one's out there. This one's out there. But if having proven track records with multiple teams is important, and thereby Kerrigan is the GOAT, then you would think that someone like maybe Zeus, who has a proven track record with multiple teams and multiple different rosters, there's a good argument. I'm not saying he's definitely second, but at least like 30% of people saying Kerrigan 1 should not be putting Gla1ve 2 if they hold the same logic for why Kerrigan is the best following through. Because if you analyze Zeus with the same logic, I feel like you would probably put Zeus over Gla1ve, but then that one is like too hot of a take that nobody is willing to like actually do that.
Mm-hmm. I can think of some IGLs that have really impressed me recently.
Go.
I think of Nafany. I think Nafany's a really good IGL. He took the Gambit youngsters. Listen.
Yeah,
listen. He took the Gambit youngsters team and took them all the way to majors.
Oh, you mean the Gambit youngsters team with Shiro and Axel and Hobbit?
But they were unproven players at the time. But hold on, we keep going.
Listen, if I pick up Simple and Zywoo before they become the best players in the world, and then they become the best players in the world on my team, is that me? Am I the best IGL?
Yeah, I think it can be. It can be. But listen, even after Cloud9 ended up having their end and Nafany left, he's recently made this Bet Boom team. And they're already competing at tier 1 tournaments.
Yeah, that's fair.
Already.
Yeah, no, that one's fair.
Already.
Yeah, that one's fair.
Team, Nafany is an IGL. I think is just very, very impressive. I can't lie. You have to respect him. I don't think he's top 3, but there's definitely some contenders in the future to overtake Gla1ve already.
But you think it's Kerrigan and then Gla1ve?
I mean, I would have to think. It's been a while since I've thought about actual IGLs. I think it's hard to say Gla1ve isn't second, if we're being honest, because no matter how you look at it, he is the most decorated IGL. 4 majors is a pretty big accomplishment. I don't know if we'll ever see anyone...
Then why doesn't anyone put Boomich in their top 10?
Boomich? That's a good question. I don't think people think of him as an IGL, to be honest.
This is the fucking problem. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Because Gla1ve had a coach that's just as good as fucking Blade, okay? He had remember his name. Zonic. Gla1ve had Zonic. Boomich had Blade. Okay. Boomich won the most one-sided major of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The only major to not have lost a single map, right? That's fucking...
It was something like that, yeah.
And Boomich is in nobody's top 10. Nobody puts him in the top 10. Nobody gives him any respect as an IGL, but somehow Gla1ve, for doing the same thing but for an extra 8 months or extra year, I guess, is everyone's GOAT. People put Gla1ve. This is the same thing where I think that like at least 20 or 30% of people that put Kerrigan first, if they use the same logic, should probably think Zeus is at least arguable with Gla1ve. The same thing if you put Gla1ve first and you don't have Boomich in your top 10, what logical criteria are you following to create a top 10 if Gla1ve is number 1 and Boomich is number 20? I don't see where the logic doesn't follow for this one.
I think it's just because, to be completely honest, I think it's hard to rank IGLs because there's so many different factors that play into it, like an IGL. Like, you can't really be fair.
Absolutely can't know. Yeah, but I think that if you have to choose some criteria. I think the criteria people are choosing is Astralis looked really organized, which they were organized before Gla1ve joined. So that's my yeah. And also they were, what do you think? Astralis, Prime Astralis, number 2 individually skilled team of all time, right behind Prime Na'Vi. Who's
Prime
better?
Na'Vi?
Who's
most recent phase? What about the most recent phase?
Fucking crack.
No, I'm serious.
Who's better than Prime Astralis from that phase other than Rops is better than Zenix? Name one player. You can't. There are none. Brokey's worse than Device, hands down, zero question. You cannot argue this. Okay. Twist is worse than Dupree, hands down. You can argue that, but he's clearly fucking worse.
But they're not 1-to-1. I think isn't Rain the person you compare?
Oh, sorry,
to Dupree?
Rain. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking
Rain is better than Dupree.
No, not Prime Dupree. No.
Yes.
No. You're rating Dupree as someone that's had a whole career, and you're rating his whole career. You're not rating Dupree in Prime Astralis. Dupree in Prime Astralis was banging heads harder than anyone.
Yeah, but what about Rain when they won the major?
He had a good event. Good job.
No, he had a good run. He had a good 6-month stint where he was like actually fucking, and that was not even that long ago.
Do you know how good fucking Dupree was? He had a good year stint where he was fucking everybody harder than Rain. Magisk and Twist. You can't say that's at least arguable.
Magisk is probably better than Twist.
And Brokey's worse than Device. And obviously Kerrigan is worse individually than
Kerrigan's better than Gla1ve.
Individually? I'm talking individual.
Individuals?
Individually. Gla1ve blew him out of the water, bro. Not even close. This is this argument triggers me.
I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it.
This argument triggers me because who can you argue is better on Prime Astralis? I can see the argument for Rain, but I think if you look at it, I don't think it's close. I think
Rain's better. I think if you I genuinely do. If you compare Rops to Magisk, and then it's really close. If you compare who are the other ones? Zipex to Twist?
No.
I think Twist is better. It just depends on who you compare to who.
But the ones where Astralis is better is blowing them out of the fucking water. No matter how you do it, Device is miles better than
Device
Brokey.
Is better. Gla1ve is better
Gla1ve
than Kerrigan
is miles better individually.
But the other three,
Kerrigan.
I don't think so.
The other three...
It comes down to how you do the Dupree versus Rain one.
I think the problem is I think people rate Dupree as if he's had... They rate Dupree as... using the length of his career. Because they don't remember what Dupree was like in 2018, when he was at his prime and mowing everyone down, okay? They don't remember that. So they rate Dupree oh, well, he's had a pretty good career. He was good at some point. They rate Dupree like they rate Apex, okay? They don't remember his prime, so they don't rate him correctly.
That's another IGL we could put in the list. Apex.
I don't know about that.
I don't think Apex is bad. I think he's good.
I don't think he's bad, but I don't know if I'd put him in the list.
Give
me your top five. Give me your top five.
Top 5 IGLs of all time?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, top 5 sucks. There's only 5 people to put in a fucking top 5 list. I mean, who
I don't know.
Go for your top 5. I think everyone's got the exact
top 5, but just thinking fast, I'm gonna miss a lot of people. Maybe Kerrigan and then Gla1ve. I want to play around with I do think Zeus is up there, but I would put him at 5.
And
I wouldn't put him.
Who's 3 and 4?
I don't know. I'd have to think about these old teams, man. I haven't thought about that in a long time. What about Nitro during the Team Liquid run of 2019?
Bro,
no, I'm serious. To have an NA team that dominant over every EU team.
You better put Boomich in number 4 then. Boomich better be number 4 then.
No, Boomich. I think Boomich could be up there for sure.
100%. If Nitro is your number 3, Boomich is either your number 4 or your fucking.
Let's organize the list a little different. Let's put Zeus, then Boomich, then Nitro.
Pronax?
I don't know. Fallen? I don't think of Fallen so much for his IGLing as I do for his opping. That's the problem. I think
definitely changed. I think SK is when I did like some historical look, SK was a team. They're the first team that really understood that you can't just hide on bomb sites on anti-ecos. Okay.
Yeah.
They had like an understanding of how the map should be played in a way that a lot of other teams didn't. That playing aggressive sometimes is good even when you're down a man, like on overpass, like playing it like it's a 6-man map. That's something I look at. I mean, I don't remember every game that was ever played, but SK was the team that like I really look at as a team that really played that well.
And they were also really good at train.
Yes.
That was what I remember. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I didn't really think about it too much because I wasn't around during that era. It's hard. I'd have to think, like, I'd have to actually like really look at some stats to tell you. The
problem is I think everyone's top 5 should probably just be some mix of Cadian, Kerrigan.
Cadian could be in the list.
Kerrigan, Gla1ve, Fallen, Pronax, and Zeus. I don't think there's really any.
Pronax, I just don't know anything about because he was already retired before I even started playing.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is that I don't know. You could argue Pronax isn't that good. Also, I mean, if I'm using the same logic, Pronax really didn't do anything outside. I don't even. Was he calling in the first Fnatic with Devil Walk when they won? I think Devil Walk was calling that team, wasn't it?
I don't know. I wasn't around, dude. I'm
asking chat, man. I'm asking chat.
Let me see.
I think Devil Walk might have been calling. If Pronax wasn't calling that, I don't even know if he's. You could argue he's not top 5 for sure.
It's hard to say.
Well, okay, top 5 new school IGLs.
This guy said Jame.
Everyone's fucking saying Jame in my chat, dude. Everyone thinks Jame's top 5.
Jame? I think there's an interesting talk to have with Jame being a good IGL.
Yeah.
Top 5? Maybe a little on the outside of top 5. He could be close, to be honest.
Okay, tell me your top 5 IGLs in the last 3 years.
Oh. Kerrigan.
2020.
And
since the beginning of 2020, let's say.
Okay. Oh, that's tough. I think then it's definitely Kerrigan, Boomage, then probably Nafany. I'm not even joking. And Snappy and Cadian? Is that fair?
All right. I don't think I'd put Boomage.
Really? Because they won their major during this time frame.
Okay, here's the problem. Their strat book got leaked. And in their strat book, it literally had things like,
okay, but
if you have this spawn, you're doing this play. If you have that spawn, you're doing this play. If Simple has this spawn, he's throwing this nade, and then this player is doing that. It was literally like following a fucking recipe, okay?
But those are the starter rounds. A lot of IGLs have scripted starter rounds, and it's the mid-rounding that
here's the
really
problem.
Done by the IGL.
Here's the problem. When you play with the fucking Navi 2020, you have the start of round, and then the middle of the round is, hey guys, somehow we've already fucking won the round. Let's just convert it real quick, and the game's over.
I don't think that's fair, because we really shouldn't know that. We shouldn't know their strats. It's from an outside looking in. We shouldn't know, because if you know, it might not be as complicated and complex as you want it to be. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's not effective.
But we do know their strats. We've seen the notebook where they have it, and
well, they were the number 1 team in the world, being that simple. So who's to say what other teams were doing? We just don't know.
No, sorry. I don't mean it in regards to those strats are bad. I mean it in regards to that probably wasn't Boomage that made that. Okay, that's Blade. Straight up, that's Blade. Blade did that.
This is probably just a Boomage mid-rounding, and I'm sure he also helped with that. Like, making the documents and whatnot. I'm sure he wasn't completely removed, I'm sure he had a lot to say.
I'm sure he had a bit to say.
Okay,
he had a lot to say. Okay.
Regardless, outside looking in, I think Boomage is up there. But if you want to bring in the stuff that you saw, then maybe we could just remove him from the equation completely. And if you want to put somebody else in, then you can put Jame in since 2020.
Yeah. I don't know. Boomage is close. It's got to be Kerrigan. I don't know if I can put in Cadian. Maybe I put Boomage instead. So who did you have? Okay, so I've got
mine was Kerrigan, Nafany, Boomage, Cadian and Snappy, or Snappy then Cadian.
Yeah, I think Kerrigan. Snappy's got to be in there. I don't. I'm not making this in order. It's Kerrigan, Snappy. Well, the first one's in order. Kerrigan, and then some mix of Snappy, James. Probably Nafany's got to be up there. Who else? Shit, there's someone I'm forgetting for sure. Let me look.
Alexi B.
Alexi B. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know,
think
man.
so.
Oh, probably Apex has to be in the list for this.
Apex is a good shout. That's why I was thinking like, but I don't know. He did win a major recently, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Not a lot of IGLs did that in the past couple of years.
Hero. The reason I'm not like huge on Cadian being in the top 5 is just because they really did choke for like a lot.
Yeah, but that does kind of suck, doesn't it? That does suck. But I don't know if that's you can't put all of that on an IGL. Like the players are also responsible.
Well, here's the
for
other
that.
problem: is a lot. And looking at like majors, especially, Cadian was a big factor in the choking. Like his gameplay was like pretty choke centric. And it's hard to separate that from the IGLing. Like, am I keeping him in there? Because if I keep his gameplay as part of the choking, then he was fucking a chokeaholic. Okay, he was really struggling. So it's really hard to. But if you're not keeping his gameplay, which I try to analyze IGLs like as if I'm not seeing their gameplay, it's like a low key way to put Kerrigan above Gla1ve even harder. But if you're only thinking about his calling, then you could, he's got a much better argument. The other IGL we're missing is Hooksy. Because regardless of what you think he did with G2, he did.
I don't think so. Not yet.
I mean,
are you thinking about the
Copenhagen
team?
Flames, and they did pretty well. Although Nip did hard choke against them to get them into the playoffs. I think, did they make playoffs once or twice?
I think they did once. That was
at Stockholm. I think it was Stockholm. Nip hard choked against them, like unbelievable choke, like historic level of choke. If it was like in a final, it would be, you would never stop talking about it. So
I don't know.
Someone put Sean Garez.
Yeah, I think that's just memes.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, I feel like Sean Garez is like, he is underrated in terms of
I don't know. Sean Garez didn't really play. I think the only time I ever saw him play was when he played with that Misfits team. They did make the major.
I don't even remember the Misfits team at this
It
point.
was like Almanek and Devo and Sean Garez and some other people. I don't remember.
All right. Yeah, that was the beginning of Almanek. I don't know what happened to Devo Duvek though.
I don't know. I think he still plays. This guy said, "Why no Existence?" I don't know. Who is Existence?
Existence did a lot, but like really early on. Like even by 2015, he was doing okay, but like they fucking choked majors hard. Like people take away from Cadian for choking, me as well. Existence choked majors even fucking harder. Like they did really bad at they lost to fucking Sponge. Titan lost to Sponge, right? Hold on.
Oh, is that game that he always talks about? Okay.
Sponge.
So he played
Titan.
So Existence played on Titan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I have no idea.
They lost to fucking Sponge, dude. With Smiths, RPK, Shocks, Maniac, and Existence. They lost to Sponge, man. And they lost to CLG, too, at some point, I think. Let me check. I'm pretty sure they lost to fucking CLG.
Yeah, I don't know.
With PTR. CLG yeah, they lost to CLG at the major on Dust 2.
I don't know. Wasn't around for any of that.
Yeah, I mean,
but this guy here, how about this? This guy said, "Who's the best NA IGL?"
Best NA IGL. Not Nitro.
I don't think it is.
Who are you gonna say then? You're not gonna say.
I think it's Steel.
Steel, Bro, what if Steel
No, I'm
done?
dead serious.
Bro,
I'm dead
Steel
serious.
has been banned since
Think
before
about
you
this.
started playing.
Listen.
This is the most personality.
I think Steel is the best IGL in NA, and let me tell you why. Okay. Yeah. He did get banned for 10 years.
No.
But
Here's the
before
problem:
that,
you are literally telling me you didn't play
I
the
didn't
game.
play. But listen,
he was banned before you started playing.
He was. Hold on. He did good stuff before he was banned, from what I saw. But when he came back and he was playing in ECL with that Chaos team, they actually had a really good run. I know they beat Liquid in a best of 3. He basically took that Chaos team and took them to a potential tier 1 NA, and then still just couldn't compete. So they had to replace him, and they eventually fell apart, went to Valorant and whatnot. But he basically gave those guys careers. I'm just being honest. Outside looking in, Steel has to be up there. Because Steel could make a team with whoever, at least around that time, maybe not these days, and they would immediately become contenders for top, in NA, which is not a hard thing to do. But to consistently be able to do that as an IGL, it has to be respectable, because we would do the same for Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Not a lot of other IGLs can do that. I mean, I think of like Stanislaw, Daps, those guys can be relevant, but they can't just like create talent out of nowhere like Steel could. And I think that that's really respectable.
Listen, I think Steel could be number 1 if he didn't get banned. But since he got banned, there is just not enough body of evidence to suggest that he's number 1. Okay, he just doesn't have. He brought teams from tier 70 to tier 2 and then couldn't play anymore. Like, yeah, tier fucking 70, there was no other IGLs. Okay, that's where you have no IGL. So I do think that he potentially could be, but you cannot find the evidence to put Steel.
No,
as number
you
1.
really couldn't. You really couldn't.
Daps is a good shout.
Daps is not bad. I would definitely put Daps and Stan up there. I don't think it's Nitro.
I put Stan at the bottom of the fucking list, bro.
Do you?
Listen, man. Your argument for Steel is that he could bring weak players.
I don't think Stan's a GOAT. No, I think he's
no.
on the list.
But your argument for Steel is that Steel brings players that have no business being in a place. He fosters them. What the fuck does Stanislaw do? He does the opposite. He's the opposite.
He had a pretty good team.
He takes Daps' hard work, and then he fucking gets 3 good events, and then he shits the bed for a year, and then he disappears until Daps builds another team.
But Stan's vegan, so he's better than all of us.
He's seriously fucking vegan?
I'm pretty sure. I'm just trolling around.
Wait,
but
so what's your top 5?
For NA?
Yeah.
I'm putting Steel first, and then I would probably put Daps, probably Nitro, and then Stan, and then who else even is there? Sui? Me?
Sean Garris, bro.
Number
1 is Sean. Number 2 is Nitro. Number 3.
Before my time.
Number 3.
Oh, he says Sheikh Zula.
Number 3 and 4 is Daps' Steel. And
do you think Sheikh Zula can take the 5th spot?
Number 5 wasn't Tarek calling during the C9 major.
Oh yeah, but that was about all he called, right?
I think so. Number 5.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Who's number 5? Yeah, who else even is there? I had a name, didn't I? What name?
Ocean?
Did you... Oh yeah, you had Stanislaw.
I said Sheikh Zula.
Yeah, maybe Stanislaw is my 5.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Hiko? No. Flom? No.
No, it's not Flom, respectfully.
Dren? No. Ocean? Ocean did have the best 1v4 of all time.
Did he? I've never seen that before.
You should look it up. Ocean best 1v4 ever. I was there for that. I was live casting that one. Me and your boy Danny Mahone. It was something. It was yeah. It's not Ocean. Dazed? Yeah, Dazed would be the next after that, I guess.
Oh, Ocean 1v4 of the year. I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, show it off.
Wait.
That is a great 1v4, right?
Oh my god, he just stayed alive.
I think they actually won that game after that too. I'm pretty sure they won.
No, you got to give it to him, dude.
I think it was even
Shout
map
out
3.
to Ocean.
Was that
That's
map 3?
better. Unironically better than the Cadian clutch.
Yeah, that Cadian.
No, I'm just kidding.
That Cadian clutch,
I know how much you hate that clutch.
I don't hate the clutch. This is the problem. I don't have any strong emotions towards the clutch. The problem is that everyone fucking rates it as the best clutch ever when it is clearly not even close. Okay, if listen,
it's
would you call it the best clutch ever?
Impactful clutch.
What if you would? No, because
they
it had no fucking impact. They were 15-6 up, Austin.
I know, but it's like storyline wise, it's the most romantic clutch or romanticized clutch or whatever.
Yeah, romantic clutch. Yeah, okay, I could say that. Okay, but here's the fucking problem. Okay, because if you had 1 second left, major final, 1 second left, okay, 1v5, the other team's computers all shut off and you win the map. That's not the best clutch ever. Nobody would call that the best clutch ever. And that's the equivalent of Cadian's clutch. Their brains were fucking completely off, dude. Okay, so it's like, at some point you do have to factor in enemy incompetence into how you rate the clutch. And people rate it so fucking high. I like the clutch. It's a good clutch.
Best clutch of all time? What do you got?
It's in my top 20.
Genuine best clutch of all time.
I've rated these. My number 1 is actually you're not even gonna know half of these. Hold on.
Probably not. I like the Nico 1v5. You know what else I like? I like the Rain 1v5. That one might be up there on cash.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll tell you what okay. Number 1 is the Breezy's 1v4 versus Renegades.
Is that Inferno, a pistol round?
Yeah.
That one's nuts.
Number 2, Chris J 1v5 on Train.
Oh yeah. Yep, I know that one. Oh, on Train. Yeah. Yep, that was a good one.
Number 3, Hiko's 1v5 Tech 9 on Cash.
That one's sick.
Number 4, Simple's 1v4 versus Liquid at Katowice 2020. Is
that when they tried to knife him?
No. That is
is that the one where he was dust too?
Yeah, he's game helper. Yeah, and he just jiggles everyone and just kills. It was fucking wicked.
That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
And my number 5 is Snacks' Big Apple 1v4 or 1v. Yeah,
that one's good.
And then Rain's 1v4 on Train is up there.
The 1v5. No, the 1v4 on Train, but the 1v5 on Cash.
The 1v5 on Cash is tough because how do you rate a clutch, right? Because
if the opponent made mistakes, I feel like.
The opponent didn't make that many mistakes in that one, I don't think. But he didn't do anything super impressive. He just found 1v1s, which is like technically what you want. But in some of these, like the Breezy 1v4, they're forcing 2v1s and he still kills them.
You want to talk about a really good clutch? The 1v3 from Device on Train when he was Cloud.
Yeah.
3-bullet 1v3?
Yeah.
That one's good. Well,
the one of the things that takes that one down a little bit is that technically they had no chance of losing that if they didn't try and fight him. And he had 14 HP and they couldn't hit him a single time, the last 2 players.
This guy said Neo 1v5 on Overpass. I think that's a Dignitas versus Dignitas. I've seen a clip of it before.
Yeah, I've got that number 14.
Yeah, I don't remember too much about it. Or Zipex 1v3 at the E-League Atlanta Major when he had 1 HP.
I don't remember that. That one's not even on my list, man.
That one's good. I like that one.
Not even on the list.
Fallen's 1v5 versus Navi. I like that one. But the last kill, it was just no time. He was actually a 1v4.
Yeah. There was like there's a lot of misplays in a lot of the best clutches. Like even the Snacks 1v4, I have it rated as number 5. But even that one, if you actually watch it, if you look, you're going to see that he has almost 0 HP and Flamey is literally too scared to peek him. And Flamey is pizza on Cobble, which means he could just jump out and peek on sidewalk, or I think people just call it sidewalk. And Snacks was in the open like the whole time. He was fighting 2 other people, but Flamey was too scared to peek. So Snacks was just a free kill the whole fucking time. And Flamey didn't peek him, and then he won. Top 5 worst moments. Kerrigan's whiff on Cobble.
Oh, that one I've seen. That one was good.
Astralis 0v4, right?
Oh, yeah. That was G2, right? G2 didn't defuse the bomb.
Nuke, yeah. Nico's people overrate Nico's whiff on simple so hard. That's not that easy of a
not
shot.
even a whiff.
And if you look at fucking Simple's movement after that, Simple's shot after that is also not that easy of a shot. Nico's like moving and Simple's trying to like avoid him. That's a shot that 99% of people miss.
I miss it. You just expect him to hit it because it's Nico.
Because the elevation, it's a weird angle to shoot at. That's an easy shot to miss.
Vertical fights, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Simple's shot back is an easy shot to miss too. Like if Simple doesn't hit him right away, Nico has a chance.
They're the two best mechanical players at the time.
Yeah.
And both have like really hard shots, and Simple hits his.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I just saw one. Oh, Summit.
Summit, yeah, that's up there. Yeah.
That's up there. Yeah.
But did that one matter? I think they won the game anyways, right?
No, I think they lost that one, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they ended up losing.
Did they seriously?
I'm pretty sure. But maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, they did lose. Yep.
Okay. That's rough. Fuck, what are some other ones?
So apparently they choked the whole series.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, Liquid's 1v5 to refresh. That's a good clutch.
Oh, that one was, yeah, they kind of threw that one, didn't they? Yeah,
they did
throw
yeah.
That. Yeah, that one was, well, I mean, if we're talking about worst plays ever, then the Cadian 1v4, the 4v1 is one of the worst plays
they
ever.
did play that bad,
They played that unbelievably bad. Like, almost like, you can't even believe how bad it is. They knew, they had seen, first of all, this is a strat that Heroic ran all the time, where Cadian would go, like, B while his whole team went A. Bait central, blame F strat. He had been spotted earlier in the round underpass, so they knew he could have been on that side of the map. One of their players is looking CT spawn, knowing that Cadian can come from B, but they still have someone stairs, not watching his own flank. And then it actually
misplayed it.
It makes a lot of sense if you come at it from the angle that they think there's no chance that they're losing that round, and they're trying to chase him down to prevent him from saving the op after he gets the first kill. The next two players are just trying to get him to stop saving the op. But
you want to know the most overrated thing of all time in CS is Olaf's defuse on overpass.
Oh yeah, that one's
Ever since you told me, I have to agree with you 100%. It is the most overhyped event in Counter-Strike history.
Yeah, nobody remembers that. Yeah.
Everybody remembers it.
Oh, nobody remembers the circumstances around it.
It's like a 3v1. Yeah. The bomb just got planted.
And he had just died. They killed the guy as he threw the molly. So it was like
literally a 3v0 with plenty of time.
Yeah. That was yeah. No, yeah, that's the Kobe Bryant of CS plays.
All right. Well, I don't know. I don't watch basketball either, so I couldn't even tell you.
I don't watch basketball either. I just like to really make people mad with these basketball comments.
He said it's cool because it's rare.
It's cool. I mean, anyone. There's been plenty of times that there's been a molly on the bomb and someone could have snuck a defuse and died.
It's
right
happened.
After.
I just thought of another biggest blunder of all time. Snacks 1v4 on Mirage versus FaZe. He ninja'd because they all went hunting, and he just ninja'd the bomb. That was pretty rough.
I cannot remember that one at all.
It was at the Atlanta major or something?
I mean, the simple fail knife attempt is actually...
that one's up there. Versus Cold?
No.
When Simple tried to knife Cold Zero?
Versus Liquid.
That one?
They actually lost that... I think they lose that series. They lose the map. After he fails that. They do
lose the map.
They lose the map, and they lose the series 2-1, which means they definitely could have won the series. Although, I mean, it changes the dynamics a little bit if you start out 1-0, down 0-1. But good chance that they could have lost the series if that didn't happen. Or I mean, they could have won the series. Like, good chance they could have won the series.
Wait. Oh, I just saw something that was good. I don't remember... Damn. Unlucky.
What do you mean you don't remember?
I saw a comment that I wanted to talk about and I can't find it now.
Oh, it's chat scrolling so fast.
Yeah. Zipex 1v5.
Zipx 1v5.
Chicago 2018 1v5.
Floppy's 1v5 was pretty sick.
Was that recent?
No, a while back. Pissed
I
around
don't
1v5.
think I know it.
I think it was against Astralis.
Hmm.
Let me check. Floppy CSGO 1v5. Mouse sports on Nuke. It was pretty clean. They were like hunting him though.
Yeah.
It's hard because like a lot of the 1v5s when I ranked all these clutches, a lot of 1v5s, it's like he gets 2 when they're hunting. So it's like, then it's really kind of like a 1v3 because he gets like 2 quick kills that are like freebies, right? It's like, that's why it's hard to rate clutches because like, do you rate
I'm pretty sure but that's how 1v5s happen. Like no 1v5 happens where the other team doesn't make a mistake, right? Like if you play a 1v5 super like and we're not giving him anything to work with, I don't think you can really lose that.
The Twist 1v4 versus MIBR, they played it perfectly.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't say I remember.
Look that one up. Check that one out. They played that one perfectly. And the Hiko, no, the Chris J 1v5, I think they also play it almost perfectly.
The sit the fuck down clutch?
Yeah, where they're coming in. They play, that one's a little unique because of the position.
Oh yeah, you're right. This Twist 1v4 is sick.
And then the Chris J 1v5, I think they play. I can't remember. I think they play it pretty much perfectly. 1v5 train.
The Twist clutch is actually up there with top clutches of all time. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Chris. I think they actually play the Chris J 1v5 almost perfectly. I'm watching it back. Yeah. I mean, people have to miss, but like they didn't give him 2 free kills.
Yeah.
There's no free kills in this clutch. Oh my god, this is so sick. Yeah, that's why I rated this as the number 2 clutch of all time. There are no
the Chris J clutch?
Yeah, there are no free kills in this 1v5.
What about the Flusha clutch in Cato 19 versus FaZe in the final? It was like a 1v4, maybe? It was the ace clutch, I know that. That one was good. He timing to Olaf, and he was like behind him. You know that one?
No.
That one's a good
versus
clutch.
Liquid?
No, versus FaZe.
Flusha, FaZe.
Might have been 2018, actually.
Oh, it's on Train?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's not really because there's 2 players. It's like a 2v5.
Is there 2? Oh, I just remember it being it was a 1v4.
I think it's a 2v2. He gets all the kills, but his teammates walking around from Ivy with the bomb back to.
Wait, I thought he was just in a clutch. Unlucky.
No, he basically 1v5s, but it's actually technically not a 1v5. It's a 2v5.
So let's switch it up then from clutches to what's going on today with the game. You can't play the game today? Is there something going on? Like your IPs are getting leaked if you play? I don't know anything about it.
Bro, we're so late in the podcast for this. This is the beginning of the podcast.
I know, but I keep seeing people talk about it. Is the game safe to play right now?
Yeah, it got patched right away. It got patched. It's gone. They fixed it.
It's good?
Gonzo.
Okay.
Gonzo, Washington.
All right.
Yeah, we gotta formulate this podcast a little more.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, I was just wondering because people keep asking if it was safe, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's some weird security vulnerability.
Interesting.
Yep.
You're talking about other stuff from today. The Twitch recap. Let's talk about the Twitch recap, Vu. Who was your number 1 streamer this year?
I watched a lot of Richard Lewis, ESL. I got like 5,000 hours watching Semler.
Yeah, okay. Makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah. No, the only stream I've watched is your stream and like a little bit of Richard Lewis.
Yeah.
And ESL and Blast and like all the tournaments and shit.
Yeah, that was my Twitch recap. Was my number 1 streamer was my good friend Logan, and then everybody else was just like the ESLs and whatnot. I don't watch a lot of streamers. Oh, I forgot XQC was up there. I do watch a lot of XQC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was my number 2 streamer. How could I forget? That's my streamer, XQCL.
How many hours have you watched XQC this year, buddy?
This year was like 160, but last year was like 500, and I watch XQC mostly on YouTube now, so it's probably still about the same.
What else have you been up to, Austin? It's a life update moment.
Life update? Nothing good. I guess things have been the best they've ever been though, in terms of, you know, things are just good. The weight loss journey is still going good for me, even though people can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good. I moved out of the trailer, live in an actual house now. I have a studio, which is kind of nice.
They want the cat here.
And you moved too, didn't you?
Yep, but not that recently. I've been fucking, bro, I got fucking shingles, okay, which apparently is like, I tried to pick up the cat with one arm, and he didn't like that. It was not an effective pickup. I got fucking shingles, dude. I thought I dislocated my shoulder, actually, because it was so fucked. I was like fucking dying. And I think it was just the shingles, but maybe I hurt my shoulder, and I also got shingles. So I went to the doctor, and he's like, okay, so we're going to give you these antivirals, okay? And just so you know, they're not actually supposed to make you get better any faster. They're not going to make you get better any faster. But, you know, in some small percent of cases, there is permanent nerve pain when from people have shingles. And this lowers that chance. And I'm like, okay. So I went home and I looked it up. There's a 20% of people that have shingles get long-term nerve pain. And I'm like, you really undersold how likely the long-term nerve pain was. Like, that is a fucking...
He doesn't want to tell you.
Well, first of all, worry about it. Why did this fucking asshole have to tell me that it's not supposed to make me better faster? I could have used, like, the placebo effect would have been great, you know? But he told me it wasn't supposed to make me better any faster. He didn't have to say that. He could have just left that one up to my imagination. But, like, 20% really undersells how likely long-term nerve pain is. Like, fuck, dude. 20% chance of winning $100 is like not a lot. I mean, actually it is quite a bit. But like 20% chance of like debilitating fucking pain for the next several years is like, that's like a big fucking deal, man.
Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that didn't happen though?
I don't know. I mean, we're not really fucking, it's been like 3 weeks, man. Barely over it. Haven't been working out. Fucking eating like shit. Everything's gone to shit, man.
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Yeah, fuck shingles.
I was doing so well before too. It's too bad.
Nah, I'm sure you'll be all right.
I'm dying now, man.
Yeah, it happens. Happens to everybody.
Yeah, I don't think everyone gets shingles at fucking 29.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know you're old and all, but you're not that old to get shingles, are you?
Yeah. So the doctor said that I have like a rotator cuff injury. And I think I also had COVID at the same time. So I had like a weakened immune system and hurt myself. And when you injure yourself, injure a joint, it's very common that you get shingles in that joint. It like comes out or something. It's hard to find information though, because people don't get shingles at this age. So it's hard to find good information on that.
Interesting.
But you know, it's a too bad. I'm thinking about shaving the head. I'm gonna be honest. The hair's it's getting rough.
I haven't seen it. Can we get an update for the camera? And make it look a little better.
No, well, it's because the fucking headphones, right? It's like coming back.
Yeah, I heard another streamer say that once.
The hair's always I don't think my hair is as thinning as it looks. Okay, if I'm being honest.
I'm gonna have to hear a good case for this.
Listen, okay, so I've made this case before. Anyone that says I'm balding is actually discriminating against me for a medical condition, because I have dermatitis, okay, that sometimes if it gets kind of bad, sometimes there's flare-ups, and literally some of my hair will come out with the flare-up, because it's like a layer of skin, and then it like comes off, and some hair comes out. So like if I didn't have a flare-up of dermatitis for like a year, then my hair would look a lot thicker. Okay, because I wouldn't lose hair due to the medical condition. You know?
Understandable. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah.
I can always hit hair plugs, I mean, if I need to.
Yeah, maybe a hair transplant.
Gonna keep the beard? Yes. There's no way I'm getting rid of the beard. Oh, Jesus Christ, come on.
Yeah, it might be time for the hair.
Yeah.
And can you just start wearing hats? Heard hats look nice with hoodies actually.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
was
hats and hoodies.
yeah. That was one of the things I told Austin to stop wearing so many fucking hats. And I don't know if you
Hater.
bought. I don't know if you bought it. You can wear some toques.
I haven't worn a hat in a while.
Toques are cool. Yeah, you stopped wearing the hats. Proud of you, buddy.
All
Toques are
good.
cool. Toques are far cooler than hats.
The fuck is that? Toque?
A toque? It's a beanie.
Why not just call it a beanie?
Because it's a toque. That's what you call it in Canada. They're
Oh,
toques.
I see.
They're called toques. I don't know why they call it that. It's just what I didn't know it was called a beanie for a long.
It sounds
time.
offensive.
I could see how you could think that, but
I don't know.
Beanie also sounds very offensive. I mean, if we're being honest here. So
anyway, so yeah, it does actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I think that's
playing
about
any
the end
other
of the podcast,
games,
buddy. I think the podcast is we're winding down.
Yeah, definitely winding down. Here, tell me this: are you playing any games other than Counter-Strike right now?
I played Mass Effect 3.
Mm-hmm. I've never played Mass Effect.
Great series. Yeah, great series. Solid series. Would recommend. But there, I don't know. I was trying to look if there's any other games to like get. Like, what other games should I fucking play? Like,
Lethal Company.
I played that one game, Phasmophobia, and it was the worst game I've ever played in my entire life. Like, I actually couldn't even see.
Is really boring.
It's like, if you know when someone like makes a joke on Twitter and like someone finds it offensive and they go like, where's the joke? I don't even see the joke, when the joke is like right there. It's just offensive. Okay. That was Phasmophobia. Where's the fun? I don't even see the fun. I don't even comprehend how anyone finds this fun. Okay. Where is the fun part of the game? There is no fun part of the fucking game.
If you played with boring people, that might be why.
Yeah. I played with you and Cactus.
No, you didn't.
I definitely played with Cactus.
You didn't play with me. I wasn't there because I haven't played.
I literally do not see the fun part of the game. It was the
you
worst
gotta
game I've
play
ever played.
Lethal Company.
Isn't it the same thing as Phasmophobia?
Not really.
What is it?
Kind of hard to explain, I guess. You just have to play. Just, you gotta go do stuff. Get chased by monsters.
I feel like
die,
it's the same thing as Phasmophobia.
Laugh at your friends.